right. Yeah. Hey, welcome back, guys. Oh, man. Fahim Anwar Dance Hour. We're back, baby.
We're back, baby.
So much has happened. We kind of went a little out of order. We did a little switcheroo.
Yeah, and
that's why some of the dates, I promoted some dates that already passed.
By the way, there is no new $100 bill. My mistake.
Okay, you really got my hopes up.
I know.
Guys, before we started rolling, Aristotle was really psyched about the new $100 bill. But that wasn't a thing, so...
It was all bullshit.
Where'd you get your news from then?
Instagram.
Is that where you get all your... Just the explore page is how you find... Guys, did you know that there's young girls with big tits? This is like huge news.
On Instagram.
Did you know there's dogs and skateboarding? I caught it from Instagram news.
Can I show you something?
The magnifying glass is where I get all my news.
I think you've seen this prank before. Have you seen this prank where the kid... Okay.
Is this going to be good for the viewers? Just you showing a phone to me and...
Have you seen this?
What do they think is going on?
Watch. You still... Come on, dude. That's hilarious.
I mean, that's pretty...
Hold on. You know what? I'm going to send this to Miguel to put up here.
Sure.
Okay.
So that while I'm watching
you
can see what's going on.
Yeah, exactly.
That seems like a very double black diamond prank to be playing on a little kid like that.
What do you mean by double black diamond? Like very complicated?
I'm just saying that's... do you want to be sticking your finger in animals' butts at that early of an age? You know what I mean?
It's an orange. You're tricking the kid in thinking...
Still, but for a moment, he thinks that he just stuck his finger in an animal's butt.
For a moment. But then they show him the video, be like, no, it was an orange with some Nutella inside
Sure,
of it.
but that's a pretty cool parent to be running that prank on it.
I think it's hilarious.
Go.
What's going on?
I'm back. I'm back from Austin, dude.
Thank God.
Really? Did you miss me?
I was in DC.
Oh yeah, we got to catch up on our respective gigs, dude.
Yeah.
You at the Comedy Loft in DC. Who goes first?
Do you want a Rochambeau?
Is that rock paper scissors?
Yeah.
Why do they call it that?
I think it's French.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
If you guys know, write into the Fahim Anwar Dance Hour email, fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com. I forgot it for a second.
I know, you look like you forgot it.
fahimanwardancehour@gmail.com. We need to fill that mailbag. We have like two or three this week.
Yeah.
But we used to have more. Fucking,
Yeah.
Right in.
Also, should we do this up top? I've just been noticing, I've been watching a lot of videos lately, and they're all saying, smash that subscribe.
Oh, you do it from the jump.
I heard that's a great way to do it.
The kids?
All right. Look, we're not going to do this, and we're not going to move any further until you smash the subscribe, press the bell, and so that you have notifications when we post. So
we'll wait. You could throw a timer down there, Miguel, just for how long it's taking for them to do the thing.
Yeah.
You think we're joking? We're not.
I'm not doing this for my health.
Yeah.
I'm doing this because this is our job.
Yeah, and it's for you, actually.
It's for you, yeah.
We don't like doing this, but...
Yeah. Why are we doing this if we're not getting anything out of it? So we're just going to wait. It's
a 3-hour podcast of us just waiting until they do it. I think they did it, right? They probably did it.
There's one guy.
There's one guy?
I could see him, yeah.
Why are you ruining it for everybody else?
Yeah, I don't know.
Miguel, restart the timer.
Yeah, restart the timer.
Restart the timer
and let it say that guy. Waiting for that guy.
And then you know who you are. There we go.
Thank you.
Was that so hard?
God, that took so long, man.
Anyway, Rochambeau.
Yeah, Rochambeau. Do we do best out of 3?
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Ooh. Okay. For all the marbles. Oh, man. Yeah, I gotta go first. Oh, okay.
You could have done a last Coke.
Oh, yeah, finger gun. That's a deep cut.
Yeah.
If anyone is kind of late to the Fahim train, go on to YouTube and type in Fahim Anwar Last Coke.
Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite old school DIY
Fahim train.
You
can jump on the Aristotle smart car.
Oh shit!
And
yours has lower emissions than my mode of transportation.
Yeah, and I can park anywhere.
That's pretty cool.
You can't really park a train anywhere.
Yeah. Damn it. All right. Well, I'm gonna update my mode sometime.
Where did you get that from? Because I've seen that before.
I don't know. I just always thought that'd be funny because it's the same hand motion as like when you do finger guns. So I just thought like, oh, that'd be funny if like
I was like trying to remember like where I'd seen that before. Anyways, I thought it was funny. I've done it before with friends.
Yeah. So check it out. Last Coke. It's a sketch from a while ago. So yeah, I had a weekend at Vulcan. So I was doing a Friday, Saturday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday. And then I extended my stay because, Joe's Club just opened up out there in Austin.
Yeah.
And I'd been seeing so many pictures and videos, and it looks so cool.
How many nights did you do there?
At Joe's?
Yeah.
Quite a few. Because I told Adam.
Call it what it's called.
The Comedy Mothership.
Yeah. Otherwise, if you keep calling it Joe's, they might as well just change it to Joe's.
Sure. But Joe's, look, we're inside the belly of the beast, dude.
It's called the Mothership.
The Mothership?
Yeah.
The Mothership is what fans call it. I'm from the inside, man. Me and Joe are tight. I call it Joe. I don't have time to say Comedy Mothership.
Sure.
Comedy Mothership. Joe's.
Mothership. Ship.
Yeah. I guess it's sort of like we call the Comedy Store the store.
The store. Yeah,
we call it the ship.
Yeah, you did the ship.
Hey, we just invented it.
You're welcome, Joe.
Comics. If you're talking about the Comedy Mothership, just call it the ship.
The ship.
I was playing the ship.
Fuck, man, I'm so good at this. I'm good at marketing.
You're really good at they bring you in just to abbreviate long words. That's all he does.
And they all sit there. They go, and I go.
Mm-hmm. But you pace around the conference table for a while, and everyone just. And then after you pace about 12 times, you just say one word, and they go, "That's why he's the best."
That's why he's the best.
And you just leave. You go, "Where's my sandwich?"
Yeah.
And they just give you a sub. That's all you want.
Yeah.
So
6-inch.
Did the Mothership. It's funny. I always write my set list before. Anytime I'm doing a set, I kind of write down what I want to do.
Yeah.
Some comics just like to show up and wing it and do whatever the fuck. I'm kind of methodical with. I can go off track and everything, but I have the bits that I'm working on for that show.
Do you think a lot more comics do that?
I think it's
because I write down my sets too.
Yeah, you kind of have a roadmap or the bits that you wanna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like utilizing however much time I have for that set. Okay, I want to be able to get to this bit. I want to be able to. So I have a bit of a roadmap. So for my first time at the ship, I named my set list. I really wanted to juice that. The ship. So I call it Comedy Mothership Maiden Voyage. That's the name of the set. Fuck yeah.
Zoom in on my face.
That was for me.
The Comedy Mothership Maiden Voyage. Great.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
and
man.
I did it. So yeah, I was there a bunch. Adam gave me a bunch of spots because he knew I was going to be in town for a week. I extended my thing. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Was Vulcan mad that you did that?
No, they're pretty cool, And then also I waited until I was done with my weekend at Vulcan. It's not like I was doing my set Friday and then going over to the Comedy Mothership.
Because there are some comedy clubs, that not going to mention names.
Territorial.
Are very territorial. Like if you do, and you can't do like that area, for like 3 months or something?
Yeah, they'll also have radius clauses where if they book you, you can't play there for 6 months within a 30-mile radius.
I get it, but also kind of like, I don't know. I get both sides of it.
Well, the thing is, I didn't really announce the Comedy Mothership stuff. I was just there to do my Vulcan weekend.
Yeah.
And then when I was done with it, then I go, let me just do some spots. And it's not like I'm doing a headlining weekend at the Mothership.
Right.
I will down the line, but I was just popping in, doing some sets with some friends.
Which venue had better like feng shui, comedy feng shui? You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're both good.
No, I know. Based on your answer just now, I know which one did.
No, okay.
I know exactly which one did. Wow.
You think you know me?
I do know you.
But I'm gonna turn it back around, and like what you're assuming is actually wrong.
What do you think I'm assuming? You want to cut? Don't.
No. You can keep it in.
Yeah. What do you think?
I think you're gonna say that I like the smaller room,
which is
Little Boy. What do you mean?
Little Boy.
The smaller room. That's what they're called. They're called Fat Man and Little Boy.
Oh, at Vulcan?
Yeah. No. At Joe's Club.
Oh, yeah.
Are you? Hold on.
I've never been to the ship.
You're gonna call it Joe. You're gonna call it.
I've never been to the ship.
Sure.
It just opened.
Okay, but this question you're posing to
I was
me,
in South by when it was opening.
okay,
Were you there?
motherfucker, back to South by. You know I'm very sensitive about my festivals.
Yeah, I know.
So, were you going to ask me if I liked Vulcan or Joe's, or which of Joe's rooms?
No, I was talking about between Vulcan and...
okay. Which one I prefer?
Which one had better comedy feng shui?
I would say the Mothership. Both are great venues, but one is designed by a comedian with an unlimited amount of money.
Well, that's why I was curious, because I thought, does he? By the way, you guys get to full on see how dirty my shoes are. That's why I was asking, because I figured, because they didn't really necessarily start from the ground up at the Ship, did they?
Yeah, they did. Well, it was.
What was it before?
It used to be an Alamo Draft House.
That's what I mean. So it wasn't. Well, yeah. So it wasn't from the ground up. There was some kind of an armature of what used to be there.
Yes,
right?
The dimensions were kind of set.
Right.
But I mean,
so there's 2 rooms at the Ship.
Yeah, there's the smaller room called Little Boy, and then the bigger one's called Fat Man.
Okay.
So it's kind of a take of. No, actually, it's not. I was thinking Belly Room and Original Room.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a version of. I mean,
it is. I mean, both rooms are called something, but
why do they call it the Fat Man, Little Boy though?
Size, because fat guys are big and little boys are small.
True.
Yeah. What if one room was just called Epstein and like the other one was called
Weinstein?
I'm playing Epstein tonight. Oh fuck, I want to get to Weinstein though. Well, you got to keep on like working out and work on your craft in Epstein, and then once you've done enough flight logs, then you get upgraded to Weinstein.
Hilarious.
There's just 2 arrows. It says Epstein and Weinstein.
Yeah, when you get there.
So the way I describe it, both rooms are amazing.
Yeah. Because Vulcan's got really high ceilings, right?
Yeah. Well, it's an EDM club.
Yeah.
That they kind of
do stand up in.
Yeah. When the pandemic hit, then just comedy was such a new thing, and that was the spot.
So if the Ship used to be an Alamo Draft House, are the ceilings high there too?
No. So I mean, they spared no expense, and it's perfect. You can tell.
Is it really? Wow.
Yeah. It's everything was so methodical and deliberate. You can tell that someone who's been doing it as long as Joe and pays that much attention to like the art and craft of stand up was meticulous with what he wanted out of this club, taking the best elements of the Comedy Store and like other places.
What did he bring from the store?
That I see in the Mothership?
Yeah.
The stages, there's a lot of Comedy Store people that are at the Mothership now, because he took a lot of great talent from behind the scenes, like Adam Egget, who's the booker at the Comedy Store, and then some of the wait staff and management too. They're over there now. So it's kind of almost like a mini reunion.
Right.
It was seeing a bunch of people that you haven't seen for a while, and it's almost like Comedy Store East or something.
Right.
But it's got its own twist to it. But the things that are similar, the stages feel very similar, especially I like the big room. Both rooms are great.
Fat Boy.
Yeah. Weinstein.
Yeah.
Weinstein. So it's reminiscent of the main room, kind of. Someone described it to me like this, and it makes perfect sense. I go, yeah, this is a perfect description. So the small room at the Mothership feels like a hybrid of the belly room and the original room. So if you split the difference. So it's not as big as the OR.
Uh-huh.
And it's not as small as the belly room. It's somewhere in between.
That's the Fat Boy?
No, that's Little Boy.
That's Little Boy. Fat Boy is like a main room?
So Fat Boy's like if the main room and the OR kind of had a baby.
How high are the ceilings?
Pretty, not like cavernous or whatever. It feels right.
Would you lose a dove?
Yeah, you can probably lose a dove.
Yeah, okay.
But it's not so tall where it's too tall. Okay. And then also there's like balcony boxes.
Oh, interesting.
So there's one for VIP, and then there's one that like the green room you could pop out of and catch the show.
Oh wow.
And then when you're in the green room, it's sort of like this room that's the green room for both shows. So from the green room you can go into the smaller one.
Yeah.
And then you can go into the bigger one, that balcony, just catch the show. And then also there's lights. So there's TVs, like 8K. It's amazing. It's so state of the art. I'm telling you, if you're in Austin, you will get a spot. That's the
Yeah.
other thing too. It's I mean, it's a good scene, but it's still looking for. They would love to put you up. They would love to put me up. They love
Well,
people passing through town and like,
yeah.
hey, isn't this great? They love sharing what they've created there.
Right.
Yeah. So
is Joe walking around just kind of like watching and be like, and then
he's like the architect in
Yeah.
the Matrix, is the bank of monitors.
and he calls over somebody. I'm imagining him kind of like De Niro in Casino, where he's kind of like, where he's running the Tangiers, and then he calls somebody over, and be like, and he goes, "Let me see the blueberry muffins," you know?
Yeah,
You remember that
or
scene?
you see like a young comic on stage and it's like two security guards just take him off.
Yeah, with a little cattle prod. Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have two monitors. They have what's going on in the big room, and then right next to it, what's going on in the small room. And then there's a timer of how many minutes into your set that you are. So you're looking at this monitor and it says 6:30. That means that comic is 6:30 into their set. And then
Where are these monitors?
in the green room.
Oh, in the green room.
So
okay.
there's these giant.
I thought you were saying they were on. They were like
On
in
the
front of you on the
stage?
stage. Like why?
That would be terrible.
Yeah,
Just
yeah, yeah.
everyone's like, oh no. He's
Well, that's great.
3
So
minutes.
so there's no way that you can miss your set.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, there's
not at
no-
all.
there's no-
and then
no good
you can
excuse.
see you have different like the light will come on. You know exactly when they got the light, so it'll come on in the green room. It'll come on for the other stage.
If
too.
I were to design a comedy club, I would take it one step further. I would further engineer this.
How so?
I would, when a comic comes, I'd give them like one of those little things that you get like when you go to Chili's or whatever, like little buzzers. Yeah.
While they're on stage.
No. You just take it with you. You go about doing your thing, and then your check-in, right? And then this is actually not a bad idea now that I think about it. And then like when you know your set's about to happen, you'll get like a 5-minute warning. It'll go bzzz, be like, I gotta go.
Yeah.
What? Right? Wouldn't that be that?
I think it'd be really cool to see a comic talking about stuff and they're holding onto an Olive Garden plastic thing.
Yeah, like the little
Yeah,
disc.
yeah. And then it's cool. It's fun for the audience when it lights up, and then makes that sound.
I'm talking about when they're not on stage,
I don't
so
understand.
that they're not late to their set.
Oh, so the thing just buzzes and then they go and do their set.
For example, like you come to the store, you check in, right?
Yeah.
Because you check in with somebody typically,
Mhm.
right? And then I mean, I think it's a good idea, but also completely unnecessary. But like you check in, be like, go, hey, great, Fahim, here you go. There's your check-in. There's your buzzer. There's like a little pager. Oh, what's this? It's just we let you know when your set's about to happen.
And when your set's about to happen, you also get like a never-ending pasta bowl before you hit the stage.
You clearly don't think my ideas. You think my idea is a big joke.
I'm just adding value.
Yeah, pasta bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
And then you eat it while you're on stage.
100%. Makes a lot
Let's
of sense.
do it. So here's a little fuck up that happened on my way to Austin.
Yeah.
So I get a text from American Airlines. It says, your flight's been canceled. Just out of the blue. No solution or anything.
Oh, wow.
And this is the night before I'm supposed to fly in the morning. So I have to get to my gigs, you know? And then I'm looking on Google Flights and everything is so expensive. There's no way.
Oh, wow. You legit got canceled.
Legit got canceled.
Wow.
No explanation. And so I have to get to my shows. I don't have a lot of wiggle room. I have to get there before 7:30.
Wow.
So then all the options are so expensive, like $700, and then I would be connecting. I'd be flying for 14 hours,
Yeah.
going to all these. And so I had to get a first class ticket for $1,000, $300, $1,300.
Oh
That
my
was the only
God.
way to get there. I just got fucked by American Airlines.
And then did they give you any kind
Just
of?
the price of I got reimbursed for the ticket, but they just completely fucked me.
That's not cool. You should reach out to them and tell them that they owe you more.
I get, and then the wait time was
Why did
10
they cancel
hours.
it?
No idea.
Oh, that's insane,
Yeah.
dude.
You just get a text at night. Your flight's been canceled.
Oh my God, that's so crazy. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry.
So I was just,
Who'd you buy first class with?
who was it?
But
Delta.
Don't tell me American.
No,
They
no,
just
no,
gave
no.
them back
To
more
get
money.
burned again.
Yeah.
But it was just kind of funny flying first class and just being so angry. I can't even enjoy it.
Yeah.
Just the most luxurious,
I-
anger-filled flight.
I don't understand why people spend so much money to fly in luxury. You're only up there for fucking what? Maximum 5-6 hours? Maximum.
yeah,
If
yeah.
we're talking about flying from, let's say, Hawaii to New York, that's still going to be a 6-hour flight at most. 6 hours. And like some people are like, oh, I'm going to charter a friend of ours, I'm not going to say who, is constantly likes to flex how much money they spend. In like very like ways that are not really. I've like chartering like a private plane. It's like almost $6,000.
Mm.
$5-6 grand. Why?
Yeah.
What kind of work are you getting done up there? What the fuck are you doing for this? It's the most gratuitous
What, waste of money?
waste of money. Yeah.
I'm a coach, man.
I mean, I'll fly first if I can upgrade, or if it's a really, really, really good deal.
Mm-hmm.
But spending $1,300,
Look, I didn't want to, but it was the only option. I'm not going to be connecting for 15 hours.
If I was flying, like overseas, I could see myself spending like maybe $1,000, maybe a little bit more for like something where I'm going to be on that plane for like 10, 12 hours. I want to sleep.
Sure.
You know? Come on, dude.
Yeah, Austin was like 3
Come on,
hours,
bro.
and I had to spend that much money. But I had to get there. I had to get to the gig.
Yeah.
I did it, dude.
Did you make your money back?
Yeah.
Selling your t-shirts?
I didn't sell any. I don't have merch.
You should get merch, man.
Do you have merch?
I don't have merch, but like when I did my spots at the
Comedy Loft?
Comedy Loft.
Oh, yeah, you got to tell me about that.
I had some comics, feature for me. They're pretty great. One of them was a nice guy. His name is Ramin. He's like, "Can I sell merch?" I'm like, "Sure." And
I want to cut. Daddy needs a taste. You want to sell merch?
Daddy needs a taste.
Yeah.
So he sold merch, and he sold merch.
Did he sell a lot?
I mean, he sold I think it was enough to make it worth it.
Sometimes you can sell so much merch, you make more, especially when you're a younger comic. You'll make more from your merch than how much you got paid for that weekend.
I think if you're smart with the marketing and like the design of the shirt, if it's a good looking shirt,
yeah,
I think you could sell. I wonder, does Bobby sell
merch?
Yeah. Tiger Belly stuff?
I think online, but he doesn't sell stuff on the road.
On the road.
But maybe him and Santino doing The Bad Friend, they probably do.
Yeah.
Now that they're hitting all these theaters. But when I would tour with Bobby, he didn't sell any merch.
Yeah, I don't remember him selling either. Or like
Joe Coy would. He always cleaned house with merch.
Yeah, Chris Porter used to sell merch too. I mean, but they sell merch. You can make another like what, $400 or $500.
More than that.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like on the low end.
Yeah.
I mean,
I got to figure out what it's gonna be, how to get it out there. I just don't have a good idea for merch.
Yeah, you do. You have tons of good ideas all the time.
Yeah, but not for clothes.
Yeah,
I have it for like sketches or comedy bits.
I'm telling you, if you did that shirt that we talked about, I think the very first one, like on your
just
mom.
The understated jizz. Oh.
Wait, what was that one?
No. Understated jizz on a front pocket, I think would do well. But like fuck your mama in the mouth and then the back of the shirt says jizz.
Yeah,
it's not gonna do well.
I 100% will.
It is.
I mean, if you
can't wear that in public.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't,
dude. Yes, you can.
A fuck your mama in the mouth jizz on the back.
Yes.
Maybe a festival, maybe like a music festival.
I mean, people love irony so much, and just like
that's beyond irony.
No, it's not.
It's just like vulgar. It's vulgar and irony. You can't walk around Gelson's with "fuck your mama" in the mouth. There's kids walking.
But nobody's
around.
walking. You're talking about people walking around in Kroger's and Tom Thumbs and Middle America. They'll do it. Fuck yeah, they will. I promise you.
I feel like a lot of people will be asked to leave if they're wearing
"fuck your mama" in the mouth.
Yes,
with
and
jizz
on the back. Like you can't be at an upscale Italian restaurant and there's piano music playing. Excuse me, sir.
But that guy wouldn't even be in there.
You don't know my type of fans. Maybe they would.
I know but that fan would have the wherewithal to not wear that shirt there,
or at least put a blazer over it.
They would wear it. They would wear it at the house. They would wear it like at the gym. Yeah.
I like how you're really selling this. You go, look, you can wear this shirt at the house. You can wear it at the gym.
I'll tell you what. When's your next road gig?
Chicago.
When is it?
May 17th, and then I'm also no May 12th, and then I'm doing Cobb's May 17th.
Great. So here's the experiment. You will. When we're done with this episode, you will just do a quick little design on a t-shirt. I'm being serious. Just order 10.
That 10 sounds ambitious.
No, then great. 10. Order 10. I bet you will sell all of them when you go to Chicago. And all you got to do is say, "Hey guys, so I have a shirt I'm selling at the end of the show. It's not really connected to any joke that I'm doing. or that I did.
I just thought it was a good design.
I just thought it was a good design. on the front it says "fuck your mom in the mouth," and then on the back it says "jizz."
And then it's way too expensive too.
No,
it's $300.
I think you can get them made for what, $10 probably, or a little less than that each.
Mm-hmm.
Order 10 of them, easy 100, right? And then sell them for $20, double what you paid. I promise you will sell them. You will sell them all. And then you'll even have people be like, hey, do you have any more of those fuck your mom in the mouth jizz shirts? I just want to see, I would love to see somebody goes, hey, do you have a medium fuck your mom in the mouth jizz shirt?
We sold the last one.
Yeah, you know what?
We have a poop in your dad's mouth. We have those. Oh, I really wanted to fuck your mom in the mouth.
Yeah. So do two of the, just do two smalls, 2 mediums, 2 larges, 2 extra larges. You might come back and be like, yeah, the smalls don't sell.
Or what if I'm just wearing it the whole show? Like, I know you guys have had your eye on this the whole time.
Dude,
I will be opening it up to the public. They're available.
Can we make that a pact, though? You're going to do that? Will you promise me? We're going to do that. I promise you, just to show you that I know what I'm talking about. Just do 10 of those shirts. It's just a 10-shirt run.
A limit. Oh, you're making it even more exclusive. It's a limited run.
It's a 10-shirt run, and then sell it at the show. Dude, it'll do well.
All right.
It'll do well. It'll sell out.
I mean, what if this becomes bigger than my comedy and I just go into fashion? I just think of like crazy vulgar stuff to put on shirts. And it's the latest fashion trend. You
with sunglasses sitting at the side of a runway, just watching your fuck your mom in the mouth jizz.
I just hard pivot out of comedy.
Yeah. Or you know,
I have bleached blonde hair.
You know what I could see? I could see at the very end of the runway show, and it's just men and women walking down with just different color variations of "fuck your mom in the mouth" and "jizz on the back." And at the very end, they go to the back of the runway and they bring you out. And you got the bleached blonde hair, big sunglasses, and then just like a suit with gigantic shoulder pads.
Yeah, and then you like a big collar.
Yeah, big collar.
And everyone in fashion is like, I just love how he came at it sideways,
throwing flowers at you. Yeah.
He's not even from the fashion world. He came from stand up, and his brain, I would love to live inside his brain. Anna Wintour's like, oh, he's the best thing.
And then like they're walking up, the models walk up and says "fuck your mom in the mouth" on the front, and then they do like the thing, and then they turn around and
jizz. Because it's "fuck your mom in the mouth" with the front, and then when they turn, it just says jizz.
Yeah, and then people are like going, oh, yeah,
and it's a real who's who.
Beyonce's there. She's going. I don't know what Beyonce. I don't know what
doing that. She wants it.
She's like, dude, I'm telling you, man.
All right, maybe I'll do a limited run.
That would be funny, like prank video that we did, if we ever did that, where it's like, getting random people to come to this fashion show.
That would be a great prank because. This would be like a great sketch because it gets progressively weirder and weirder, seeing how much people will be full of shit.
Yeah.
Because the first one will be like, oh yeah, I love how it's a twist on, and then it's just a guy with a condom on his dick, like walking down the runway, just with like a striped condom, and they go, oh, it's a statement on clothes. Technically, that's an outfit.
I love the idea. If it's not even that, it just everything, every article of clothing that comes down the runway on the front in some form or fashion, it says "fuck your mom in the mouth," and then when they turn around, it always ends with "jizz" on the back. You know what I mean? And then like there could be like, and here is the the limited collection, and it's basically like, it doesn't even say it just like shows like images of somebody fucking their mom in the mouth.
Sure.
And on the back is it drips.
Ooh, because it's universal.
Something, yeah. But whatever.
Pictures are universal, and that was too English based.
And I think, and then having like a bunch of people in the audience that look like they're like fashionistas or whatever, like people that are like in fashion and they're watching it, and like other people who are kind of there like looking and talking to them afterwards, like, so what'd you think? Just seeing what they said.
Yeah,
I think there's something there.
I think. Blowing this up.
I mean, we would have to take this out of this podcast so that.
But if we actually did it,
yeah.
But I think there's greater potential beyond just the "fuck your mom in the mouth." I just think the world of luxury and upper class pretension is ripe for illuminating how full of shit it is. Like the fashion show, like take the "fuck your mom in the mouth" thing out of it. Just these are interesting outfits. And, just have some like rich people who who got like a ticket to the fashion show.
Yeah.
And then the outfits get progressively more and more ridiculous, where it's not even grounded in fashion anymore. It's just comedy. Like they just have mouse traps, like pinching on their skin and walking down.
Yeah, but I think then they would know there's.
I don't know, man. They would go pretty far if they're surrounded with like the right editor from whatever magazine. Then they're gonna be.
But I feel like I've seen
singing the praises.
But I've also feel like I've seen that joke. I've seen that prank.
On the people, like
something I've seen that where it's just like somebody walking down the aisle or walking down the runway with just like a mousetrap suit or something like that.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
But I mean, just in various forms of it too. Then you could do a wine tasting where where it just gets at the end. It's just Capri Sun, and seeing them, they don't know that it's Capri Sun, but it's in a wine glass, and they go, "It's so light, I can't eat. I love the tannins," and they're gonna go with it too. If you're surrounded, if it looks the part, people will be on board for anything.
Well, yeah, I know that. I mean, remember that? I don't know if you saw that documentary about that guy who was like making fake vintage wines.
Oh, yeah.
And he fooled.
It's pretty
everybody.
great.
Yeah.
But he had to know his stuff though, because it kind of did taste like
maybe
because he had scientific formulas and stuff to make it taste like these vintage Merlots or Cabernets.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It wasn't like he was just taking Capri Sun and saying this is some fancy.
Right.
Yeah. That's a good doc. I recommend it. Well, do you remember what it's called?
I forget what it was called.
Oh. Well, how was DC Comedy Loft? I already
was
told you
good.
about Austin.
It was good.
How big? What's the capacity?
Capacity is like 200 or 300.
And then 4 shows or 5?
I did 5 shows. First show was kind of light. First show on Thursday. And then the first show on Friday was great, packed. Late Friday show was not as packed. Saturday show was like completely packed. The late Saturday show again was a little light.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the later shows are just slightly lighter. And also fucking wild. Like that first, I think it was the first Friday show. It was like packed, but it was like people were just like crazy. It was wild.
Pandemonium.
Yeah, like I don't want to give away like one of the things that I did, but like holy smokes, man, they were just like. Anyways, it was crazy. I had fun. I ate a lot. I didn't know that DC has a lot of like good soul food.
Oh. I
had like probably the best fried green tomatoes I'd ever had in my life there. There's like a really great Persian restaurant there too that I tried. Really good.
How were the brains?
No brains there. No calapache.
They don't do brains?
No. We're going to do brains after this though.
I don't want to do brains.
Well, I'm going to have it.
I don't want to do brains.
Sesos, tongues and brains. Oh, I've been taking Spanish.
Why?
I want to learn it.
Why?
What do you mean why? We are in Mexico, practically.
Are we?
Yes, this is California. Come on, man. This is like...
I mean, it may come in handy when you go into El Pollo Loco and want to...
Wow, dude. That's racist, man. Wow, dude.
It's called El Pollo Loco.
Wow, bro. No, I just feel like Spanish is pretty much like the other native language here. I don't know. I just want to learn Spanish.
Just for kicks?
Yeah, puto.
Whoa. I mean, that's how learning every language starts. You start with the cuss words.
Oh, you know how
then you work your way.
So I've been using one of the apps to learn.
Like Duolingo?
Duolingo. But the other thing that I've been doing, which I thought, I'm going to try this, see if this works. I got 2 movies. I found them on streaming that I just know like the back of my hand because I've seen them so many times.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
And I started playing it in Spanish.
Boom. This is how you're going to learn.
And dude, I already learned a few phrases just by watching it. But like, I thought it was funny because
you only know Steven Seagal catchphrases in Spanish. That's all you know.
Well, I watched like the '89 Batman, and I just remember him going "Soy Batman." I thought that was so funny. Soy Batman. Or like I watched Terminator 2, and he walks up to the guy, and he's like, "Necesito ropas." Putas motocicleta. He's saying like he's like, remember he goes to the guy, he goes, I need your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle. Yeah. he goes, necesito de ropas, putas de motocicleta. And then the guy goes, puto. The other guy, he goes, yeah, puto. He goes, he's like,
even his cries of pain sound Latino? Like,
yeah. No, because remember he tries to burn the cigar out on his chest. It doesn't affect him. But it'd be funny if they did that. But then it goes
like all facets of it. Oh.
Hi.
It is funny how people from different regions even have different sounds.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
Like sounds of pain.
I mean, there's one. The sounds of frustration is very clear in Persian and Farsi.
What is it?
Ah,
Ah.
ah.
Yeah. We would never think to go with our anger.
Yeah, ah.
Yeah. We stop before the.
Yeah. Ah. Yeah. What about you? What about an Afghan?
I don't know. It's probably roughly the same.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh yeah. I forgot to mention this. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
When I was staying in Austin,
Yeah.
I had to stay for a week, so I got an Airbnb. Because I mean, Daddy can't stay in a hotel for a week. I'm not there yet.
I mean, you're blowing money left and right.
On that first class ticket.
I know, right?
You're blaming me like it's my fault. Like, look, man, just fly to Austin. Why are you doing first class?
I mean, but was first class the only thing that was available? Or that was the only thing?
It was the only way they could get me into Austin on time for me to make my shows.
Damn, dude.
So that sucked.
Damn.
But, silver lining, Delta is better than American Airlines. I'm going to go on record and say that. And then also I got to
Damn, bro.
do the Delta Lounge. Whoa. Have you ever done a lounge at the airport?
I'm a lounge member at United.
Damn. How is that lounge? Good?
It's nice. Well, it depends on which one you go to.
The Delta Lounge at LAX?
The LAX.
Top notch.
Yeah, the LAX United Lounge is really nice.
They had donut holes. They had fruit, cut up fruit, and nice fruit. Not like when you get fruit from Denny's and it's dented and shit.
The United Lounge at the Newark Airport has shower booths.
Whoa.
Where you can go take a shower and like get ready and all that stuff.
That's pretty cool.
They have a full-on food, like full buffet. But donut holes, that's pretty. I've been to the American Lounge. The only lounges I've ever been to are the American Lounge and really the United Lounge.
Yeah, it's pretty game changing.
When I went to the American Lounge, well, I have a membership, so I pay for it every year.
How much?
It's like $500 a year. Yeah, but I travel quite a bit. It's worth it to me.
Okay.
And then I could write it off.
Business.
But when I went to the American Lounge, actually, I've been to the Delta Lounge, but I've never seen a celebrity at the United Lounges. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, I don't think. But I have seen a celebrity both times I went to. The one time I went to the American Lounge and the one time I went to the Delta Lounge.
Damn.
I saw Gavin Rossdale at the American Lounge.
Who's he again?
Exactly.
No, Gavin. I'm so sorry. Wait, is he the singer, musician guy?
Yeah.
Was he married to Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yeah.
Bush.
No,
not
Stefani.
Gwen
Stefani. Yeah.
Stefani.
Yeah, he was in that band Bush. I'm sure Bush is great. I was a huge fan. Don't be mad at me.
Yeah, you don't want that smoke.
What the fuck, dude?
I don't like you.
I don't like you either.
You suck.
You fucking suck. No. And then I saw fucking what's his face from Breaking Bad in the Delta Lounge.
Pinkman or the other one?
No. Pollo Hermanos. What's his name?
Ooh, Giancarlo.
Yeah, Giancarlo Esposito. Yeah.
Whoa, how the fuck did I pull that out of my brain?
Esposito. Yeah.
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah, I saw him there. He was really and this random guy just like came up and started talking. He was like, didn't even say
hi or
no.
hello.
This is how cool this guy was, Giancarlo. So this guy walked up to him, didn't even say, "Do I know you from this show or that show?" He didn't even wasn't even a pointed thing like, "I know you from this show." He goes, "Hey, where do I know you from, man? You're like are you somebody like?" Do you?
That's annoying.
It was so rude and so annoying.
It's like helping him be annoying.
And then he goes and he's like, yeah, I'm an actor and da, da, da. And I'm in my mind I'm going like, fucking idiot. That guy's fucking Giancarlo Esposito. Even though like I remember his name then and I couldn't for some reason come up
pull
with
it up right now.
But yeah, dude, he's such a great actor. I mean, I remember him from fucking The Usual Suspects. He was in that movie.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So I remember I went on an audition one time, and then I think we were going out for the same part, which is Bananas.
Who?
Me and Giancarlo.
Oh, were you really?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. So
wait, what was this?
I forget. But I mean, it was one of those moments, and this is like in the height of like Breaking Bad just got done.
Dude, that's crazy.
And then once he comes to the door, I'm just like, why am I here? I gotta get out of here.
Same thing happened to me.
So it's just so funny because you go into the room, you do the audition, everyone's pleasant, and then literally he's the next guy who goes in, and it sounds like a party in there because everyone's like, oh my god, and they're talking for 20 minutes.
Sure, yeah.
He's the toast of the town. Breaking Bad is the hottest show.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He's the hottest actor.
Yeah.
And it was such a night and day difference of
that kind of, in a way, is very sobering, because you're just like, because it gives you like a very strong dose of reality, because this guy, who not only is just such an exact actor, like he's just so good, so precise at what he does, and he's so good at it, and was on a show that, in my opinion, is probably one of the best shows of all time, one of the best written shows of all time, is still going into audition.
Yeah.
And it's not even, there's no like offer. And I think if you're talking about when the show was over, he had been off that show for a season, because I think his character died at the end of the season prior. If you recall.
I think it was some show about dinosaurs or something, like dinosaur hunting, or there's some sort of reality where there's dinosaurs still on Earth.
So that to me is bananas, that they are not offering. He's just not straight offer.
Yes.
So so I went on an audition too, and I was in the lobby with McLovin.
Oh yeah, same.
Chris from Men's
Wait,
Class.
were we at the same one? Was it this Marvel audition?
It was, yes.
It was for the 10 Rings, Shang-Chi.
Yes, it was. Oh wait.
Yeah.
Did we pass each other
Maybe
that day?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
but
wow.
he was
auditioning for it. And I just thought to myself, he's in arguably like one of the most influential comedies of our generation. Like, and he was like a big part in it too.
Yes.
Like I didn't understand that. It's crazy to me. It's just like the people that they will audition, people who I feel like are big enough to be offer only. And because right after that he did Kick-Ass.
He's been in a lot of great stuff.
A lot of great stuff. I don't know.
One time, okay, this is when I used to audition more.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten really far a number of times.
Yeah.
For like TV shows on NBC or ABC or whatever.
Sure.
Pilot season back in the day.
Of course.
And there's just so many steps. There's producer session, and then there's network, and then there's studio.
Right.
So it's almost like icing the kicker. You have to audition so many times.
Yeah.
It's annoying.
Yeah.
And then they don't make it. I just don't understand why they do this. This is just my philosophy when it comes to art and entertainment and all that. I don't know why people inject pressure, like artificial pressure, into art and entertainment. Just, you don't have to make it as sterile and as anxiety driven as a lot of Hollywood does for these situations.
But how are they making it?
How are they making it?
Yeah. How are they adding it?
If you want to, I think, okay, because I like to think that I approach,
because I'm on your side, Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm on your side.
I'm very much fuck Hollywood.
Yeah.
So I've been behind the camera. I've been in the writer's room. I've been in front of it. I just like creating the best thing possible, you know? And I want it to be collaborative. And if I pick someone, I pick them because they have the skill set. I want to work with them. I want to work with them to get to the best possible performance. When it comes to these sitcoms and stuff, I don't know why they approach it like this. It'll be between like 4 people, and then you kind of have limited interaction. You kind of keep this distance. And then when it comes to the studio, or there's so many, just have one or two, and then have it be friendly. But instead, they're like 100 feet away in this room. When you go to NBC Universal, it's all nerve-wracking, the whole ritual of it. You drive on, they give you a pass. You drive to this parking garage. Hold on, just let me tell you this process.
Yeah, I know this process.
They go, yeah, we all do. So you go to park in the 3 level or higher. Don't park below. Okay. And then you do this long walk. You're walking past these giant studios on Warner Brothers or Sony lot. It's just this giant. People are building sets. Okay,
but this pressure is internalized in you. It's not something that they're giving you.
Yes. Okay. So they're not giving. This is just.
This is your pressure that you're applying to yourself.
I'm just adding seasoning to the story here.
Sure.
But here is where is artificial pressure. I think is where then they have this room, and then they bring in Stacy from so and so, such and such from so and so, and there are these like suits in the back of a room or in this theater, and then there's so much distance there. Maybe it'll be in a theater for this test.
Because look, okay, go ahead.
Hold on,
this is so long.
But this is part of it. I don't give a shit.
There you go.
So then you come out, you don't really know anybody, and then you do it, and then you do well, and then you do the process all over again, maybe a week from now. Instead of just getting the director and the writer, and this is what we want, in a little session, and go, yeah, he's good, I like it. Instead of making it this step out on stage. And like SNL, I understand, because there is that live TV. You want to see how they do under pressure with that. Like, that is a high-pressure situation. But like a sitcom?
To a certain degree, I think,
or like a single cam.
I think. Okay, look, I get why they do all that stuff. It's predominantly a symptom of television, okay? Because there's a lot of people who have to, give a thumbs up on the situation, right? And everybody's got to do their job, and they have to be able to say, hey, look, I signed off on this. Nobody wants to be in the situation where something's going awry, and they're like, well, who the fuck signed off on this? And then be like, oh, was I supposed to? I didn't. And then they're in trouble, right? TV, there's a lot more at stake because they have to sell advertising time. We're talking about network TV. You have to sell advertising time. They have to take this thing that the upfronts. I mean, I don't know if this model is like living anymore the way that it used to, but I would argue or assume that the times that you're talking about when you were getting pretty far, this was maybe like 5 or 6 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Or is this more? Or are we talking about more of a recent thing?
No.
Yeah, like 5 or 6 years ago, and
maybe even further.
Maybe even further. The landscape has changed quite a bit from then to now.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to TV, it's like the stakes are just a lot higher. Like they have to like make sure that certain things are that everybody's in agreement that this is our guy or this is our girl or this is our person to play the whatever part. Especially if you're playing one of the leads or you're kind of in one instance or another, it's kind of your vehicle, right? That becomes a little less of a challenge when you're dealing with cable television or when you're dealing with feature films or even like or like independent films. Like when it comes to like feature films, those operate a lot like a TV show on a network because there's a lot more writing on that film than it is. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it. Like if I were a producer, I would want to make sure that everybody's good with this person as well.
Yeah. I mean, I just think it is beneficial to business people, but not artists.
Yeah, but I mean, like, look,
I think you get the best performance,
but we've chosen to take this cathartic thing and try to make a career out of it. Art isn't supposed to be something that originally is like something that we're supposed to make money doing. It's just not. I mean, we've figured out a way to do it, but I mean, art is supposed to be something that's in essence, it's like for you and for other people. It's not necessarily something that, you know what I mean? Like we're lucky to even make like anything doing it.
Sure. I'm just saying, I think that's a way that it's been for years, and that's why people don't change it. And you're not, but from my vantage point, I think the best stuff comes from where there's no pressure and it's fun, and it's an element of play for every party involved. Not
sure.
Am I going to get fired? Everyone's operating from, am I going to get fired?
Sure.
You're making the most dog shit show.
100%.
Yeah.
It's hard to not be in that.
And
mindset.
there is I think there's 80% of Hollywood is, I hope I don't get fired.
Yeah, I know.
The whole from pre-production to production to editing is, I hope I don't get fired. And those shows are dog shit.
Yeah.
Whereas I would rather not have all that money and just have consumer grade stuff, and it's all just fun and collaborative. That's where the most magical stuff happens.
There's a way to do it.
Sure. Look, there's a place for it. I'm just saying, for me, temperament wise, I like just having fun and collaborating with people.
Right.
Not like, this is so big and I hope that they like what I do and I hope they don't fire me after this take.
For me, I always try to think about it like I do look at it from a perspective of just kind of like, I do what I can to get the job. After I get that, I'm kind of like, I'll do me and see how it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. There is a thing about the timing of the universe, which I know sounds very hippy dippy, but this is something I believe, that you just have to trust it a little bit. Things happen I don't think SNL would have been good for me if I had gotten it years before. It definitely wouldn't have worked and would have been very difficult to do had my mom still been around. You know that. What would I have done?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Could you imagine like me being in New York
and then flying back and then also feeling guilty when you're out there.
And then, and the stress and all that stuff. And I was already going through that when we were doing Goatface. Remember, I was in New York. How many times did I have to fly back to LA to California to help my mom and deal with stuff?
Yeah.
Like 4 or 5 times. you know? So it's like that pressure alone would have been like, and then being on top of that, you know, like trying to be responsible with a marriage and all that. I don't know if I would have been married at that time, but it had this happen earlier in my life. But the timing of everything, you just kind of have to trust it. It all makes sense in the very end. But as long as you're still, I have this really weird kind of hippy dippy theory about how the universe kind of works. We could talk about it offline.
No, I mean, do it. I don't care.
It's really strange.
Sure. What, the universe or your theory?
My theory.
Okay.
My theory is that, and I'm sure there's some kind of like, I'm sure you could thread some kind of science behind it, and I think there is. But I think that we're constantly living, every second of our lives is a new fork in the road that we are choosing, right? It's kind of like it's kind of adjacent to the
Oh yeah, like Loki or whatever,
sort
like
of
the time,
like a multiverse
path.
kind of thing, right? There's always we're constantly living in moments of
constant forks,
constant perpetual infinite possibilities of what we can choose to do, right? It could be anything from like me talking about this, or like knocking the cameras down, fuck you Fahim, like there's all different, and so all of these forks, all these paths lead to different opportunities, different roads, different outcomes down the line, right? And this is where where it comes into like that whole idea of like saying out loud the thing that you want, or not necessarily that you're gonna have, right? This is like kind of delves into bleeds into the secret shit, right? I think once you do that, you are signaling to not only yourself but just kind of the universe to open the road up from those multiple possibilities to that one road that will lead you to that thing, right? You start going down that road. And I look at it as like this. So like we're all sailboats, right? Floating in the water. And all these roads, right? If you can equate it to the wind, right? Wind's blowing left, right, blah, blah, blah. It could take you in all these different directions. And so the moment that you say, I'm going to go, this is the road that I want to go down, or I'm going to go down, which is the road, I'm going to be successful in this thing. This is how it's going to happen. You're essentially at that point, it's the equivalent of, in my opinion, of putting up a sail on that boat. And then that wind catches that sail and then starts moving you down the road that you're saying that you want to go. That sail and that road that you're proposing are somewhat connected. And there are moments where you might veer off, or the universe has to make a lot of changes to make this thing kind of happen. But as long as you know your destination, you will get there. It's just sometimes things have to happen for that thing to happen. And so sometimes it's a really big ask, or it's a really big thing that you really, really want. And so that thing there's more adjustments that have to be made for that to happen. But as long as you keep your eye on the prize, I truly do believe. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. Now there are outside forces that can stop that from happening. Death, health, things like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? The other thing too is like you have to also understand that you're not the only one living in a vacuum with the thing that, you know, there's other things that are other boats that are out there, maybe trying to, you know, maybe what they want to do is not necessarily go down your road, but the road of, I'm going to take Fahim out.
What? Why?
So like
I'm just trying to go and get my thing.
Sure. But there are those things, those outside physical forces that can get in the way, you know what I mean? And that, you know, that can ultimately stop you, which is like, so I don't know. There's just, I think there's a lot of gray in the universe. And I think a lot of people have a very hard time, cause they want very black or white answers. They want very like, it's like ones and zeros. It's like, it's either this or it's this. And it's like, look, there's a lot of in between. Yeah. If you could be comfortable with the in between, I think you'll have a better journey, if you will. I don't know if any of that made sense. But I mean, look, I'm not solid on it. You can poke holes in the theory all you want. In fact, I invite it. That helps me kind of like
recalibrate the theory.
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know.
You go, okay, it's not a boat, it's a train.
I mean, I told you about some really weird stuff that I tried that kind of came true. Do you remember that?
Vaguely. What was it?
I don't want to say because I don't want to give it away here.
Okay.
Because it involves somebody. But do you remember how I'll tell you
offline?
Yeah, I'll tell you offline.
Okay.
But like, you know, I've seen it work. I've seen it work. I've made it work. I've seen it happen.
Just setting the intention.
not even the intention, just saying this is going to happen, you know, and then just kind of believing it. I don't know. There are times where I didn't believe it and I did go against it, and you know, I don't know. I think when you do, I don't know.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just a taste.
Just a little taste. When I start fleshing it out a little bit more, maybe I'll.
You'll have the final theory.
The final
You'll
theory.
Spin it out for us.
Yeah, that'll be the episode. It'll be like
the final theory.
Yeah, final theory.
We'll have a chalkboard up here.
Yes, we need one. I don't know why we don't have one.
No, we don't. We don't need a chalkboard. That's old school, dude. But okay, I meant to mention this. When I was in Austin, I had to get the Airbnb. You know.
Oh yeah.
And so I got the Airbnb, and then it wasn't until I got there that I saw, because it was next to the University of Texas, kind of a college town, that they put me in. This Airbnb is in sort of like residential college housing.
Oh, and
so it was all like college kids and me. So I'm the oldest guy in the building.
Yeah, but you look like your college kid.
No, not these ones. They look 12.
Isn't that weird though? Like more recently, how college kids, they look
so
young.
I thought even when I was working at Boeing and maybe I'm 25, 26, and
yeah,
like, oh, they look young. But then as you get older and older, they look even younger,
dude.
Because
crazy.
You don't have that sample size anymore. We've just been living life since we graduated college, and you just don't hang around. We hang around people our age all the time.
There is something else going on.
You think it's the water?
Something. I do.
Do you think it's all the vaping that's making them younger?
Here's what I think. Again, Aristotle's theories.
Sure. That could be a segment, just Aristotle's theories.
So like I did this deep dive when I went into, like, I started YouTubing graduation videos from like 1999, 1998, 2000, right? I even went like as far back as like 1985, 86, right? These high school kids at that time,
they look 80. They
looked older. They looked like they were in their 20s, or like some of them even looked like they looked older. And so I started thinking, like, what was happening in correlation at this time? And I think like 70s to 80s, like that was the height of a lot of chemicals, a lot of hormones being put into foods and proteins and milk and all that stuff. And then slowly, like, the organic wave started happening like around the 90s. You know what I mean? Just barely, like when Whole Foods Market started becoming a thing, it was like the mid 90s. And then now it's like kind of a mainstay thing. Like there's organic options everywhere you go. I think that, and there's a lot more restrictions on what kind of hormones and things you can put in your like chicken and, you know, fish and milk and meat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think there's some kind of correlation to that. I think there's some correlation with that, is what I'm trying to get at. Is that because there's less hormones that the kids don't look as old as it? Because, dude, like I distinctly remember looking at high school kids, you know, like when I was younger, being like, these guys look like they're in their 20s and 30s.
Yeah.
And it's the truth. Like even if you revisit some of these old yearbooks, which I have, you look at it and be like, oh no, they did look older. And when you watch these videos, just YouTube it, like high school graduation videos from just do 95. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's crazy.
Yeah, so it was just a trip that my Airbnb is in this giant complex, and I look like a professor who's trying to fuck or something.
Yeah.
Everyone has backpacks on, and I'm like, hello children.
Hello, children.
Yeah, how was class?
1980s, 85 high school graduation. Check it out.
That's the year.
In fact, Miguel, pop up some photos of like high school graduation photos of high school students that clearly look like they're in their like 20s or possibly 30s. Like when I watch some of these old movies where, like, you know, you see like De Niro and Robert Redford or whatever, like in the like what was the movie that I was watching the other day? And it was like, I can't remember how old Keaton was when he did the first Batman. I think he might have been like 35.
35 años.
Tres cinco años. Yeah. And I think when you look, I don't know, let's see how old he was. But I mean,
yeah, he was a heartthrob, but he looked like an older guy when you revisit the Batman, right? Keaton Batman, what is he, like 35 in there?
Batman,
he looks like 45.
Batman came out in 1985, right? Sorry, 1989. Wow, I can't believe I said that. It came out in 1989. I think it was like June 21st, 1989. Michael Keaton, right? Whose real name is Michael Douglas. I don't know if you knew
Really?
that. Yeah, he changed his name because like there was already
already Michael Douglas.
Yeah, and I think let me see, Michael Keaton. Yeah, Michael John Douglas. 1951. So take 1951.
You know, Michael Keaton has a neon at the Comedy Store.
Oh, he does. Yeah, because he was a comic.
Because he was a stand-up comic.
You know who else was a comic there?
Who?
He's like a serious actor now. He always was for the most part. What the fuck is his name?
I mean, that Law and Order guy was a stand-up.
Okay.
Who passed away.
Like when you look at him, you know, in the movie.
Yeah.
That looks mid to late 40s. I'm sorry.
For sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%. So that's what I'm getting at. It's like there's something, I just think.
Going on. And that's a Hollywood version. That's like best case scenario.
Best case scenario Hollywood version. You know, I just think that there were more hormones and chemicals in the food that just like people aged faster and harder.
I mean, this is something I wanted to bring up. Like,
bring it up.
I'll bring it up, dude. I saw a trailer for this George Foreman biopic.
Oh yeah, I saw that too.
But as I'm watching it, there's almost no stakes. You know what I mean? It's like
they should call it All Stakes.
Well, yeah, or like George Foreman,
the George Foreman
knock out the fat.
Yeah.
He was supposed to go to Hulk Hogan, you know, but he said no, and then George Foreman took over.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was supposed to be Hulk Hogan,
That's
but
funny.
he was like, nah, fuck that. So he just lost all this money.
What did that movie is?
But I mean, when I'm watching this George Foreman biopic, it was just kind of funny because it didn't really evoke any emotion from me. You look at Ali, you go, oh man, that man went through a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Just sort of the government trying to take him down, then him being Muslim, and and then him in his prime, standing up for what he believes in and not being able to fight because of his stance on the Vietnam War.
Right.
There's just all these arcs that call for a great movie, and he's arguably the greatest boxer ever. And then I'm trying to think, what's another? But then Foreman is just, he's physically imposing. He's just huge.
But he like came out of retirement as an old man to win the championship again.
Yes,
that's a pretty big deal.
It just pales in comparison to Ali's story.
Sure,
it's almost like doing a biopic on Goliath from David and Goliath.
Sure, I mean, but
like he's had a what?
But they did an Ali movie. They did the Ali movie. They did the Ali movie first.
I'm aware, but I doubt anybody's out there like, you want to go see that George Foreman movie?
I have this weird feeling.
He's just a guy who was born a huge person. Like, what adversity? There's hardly any adversity.
Boxing is making a comeback.
For sure.
Big time.
Well, that Ryan Garcia and
right. So there's
tank
that fight. Because I know of another boxing movie that they're making.
What?
That Prince Ali.
Oh, they're making a movie about that?
They're making a movie about that.
Well, his thing is that he would like dance, right?
Well, he had such an unconventional fighting style.
Because he would just be squirrely.
Yeah,
and
then he was just like, yeah, dude.
But he had a glass jaw, right?
No, actually.
Oh, okay.
But he was like...
Wait, what's his full name? Prince Ali.
Prince Nassim Ali, something like that?
I think I met him.
You probably did.
I met him once.
I didn't... I thought he was a pretty good fighter.
Well, his clips are very entertaining.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube. Miguel, throw some Prince Ali highlights up here. Him coming out. He's doing dances and flipping.
Flipping over the ropes. Yeah.
He's what I would want to be if I were a boxer.
He's exactly what you'd be. Yeah. He'd be the really hard like level guy and like punch out. Yeah.
Oh my god.
They
should reboot it. It's called Prince Ali's Punch Out.
Yeah, or at least have him as one of the characters that you couldn't get past. It's like you got to wait for him to dance, and then right after he's done with the dance, punch him.
Oh man, you know what? This might be fun to do. Remember, I wanted to do that Rocky sketch for Goatface.
Yes.
Did you not like it, or
it was
just very involved?
I didn't love it.
It was very.
Yes.
I loved it.
Yeah, I can't even remember it. Tell me again.
I'll see if I can remember the gist of it. So, I mean, when I submitted it, production was just like, there's too many locations.
Yeah.
Given our budget, we can't do it. But I mean, I really liked it.
You're like, I just want to go to Russia. I want to go to Russia.
To go to Russia. Yeah. But I mean, I was bulking up for it again.
Yeah.
Because there's been a few sketches where I'll put on muscle for the sketch.
Or just one that I remember. What was the other one that you did?
Gay protagonist.
By the way, my program. Oh yeah, you did.
Yeah.
But that was my program.
He trained me.
I trained him.
Yeah, we were like neighbors in Koreatown.
Yeah.
And then
my program works.
Yeah. I mean, what was it, 6 weeks? How long was it?
I think we had 6 or 8 weeks for Domino's.
For Domino's. So that was the first.
For protagonists,
Yeah,
I don't know.
Check it out. Type in Fahim Anwar Domino's. Check out that sketch. That was the first thing that we did together. And then I got muscular for it on the Aristotle program.
Yes, on the Aristotle program.
So because I submitted this and I thought we were going to be doing it, so I got a personal trainer, and I was in K-Town. I was like putting on muscle for the sketch, and then when it got cut, I just stopped going to the personal trainer.
Wait, you got a personal trainer?
Yeah, because I was trying to bulk up for this. I wanted to look like Stallone. I mean, I'm probably not going to be that ripped, but I wanted to do it right.
Wait, how much was the trainer?
It was pretty affordable. Yeah.
Where'd you find him?
Google.
Really?
Like Google Maps or something.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. He was a cool guy. Nice guy.
Yeah. Do you talk to him still?
Kind of, yeah. He has a podcast. He had me on.
Wait, what's his name?
Sean Leverett, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it was walking into K-Town, so I would walk to his. It was a tiny studio in this commercial building.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the gist of it was, you know how in Rocky 4, which is one of my favorite Rockies, even though, I mean, Rocky 1's the best, but
Yeah.
Rocky 4 is almost a lesson in execution. It's not the most magical, it's not the best script, but it is executed flawlessly. I think so. So Rocky 4 is all about Rocky kind of defeating Russian communism via boxing because he beats Drago.
And he has a robot in his house.
Yes. I believe that's cut out in the future versions of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the robot butler.
The robot butler?
Man, I had a joke about do you know how hard it is to get things onto the final screen in Hollywood? And people said yes every step of the way.
Because it was his movie.
Nobody was like, hey, everything's great. Stallone, I love.
It's Stallone's movie.
Just curious.
He directed it too.
Curious about this robot butler?
Nobody's going to ask him shit.
He's like, yeah, it's supposed to bring me.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like, everything's grounded in reality. And the 80s were making great strides. Or it was 90s, right?
No, it was 80s.
Oh, I don't know if we're there yet with the robot butler.
No, 80s.
No, but like Rocky makes a lot of money, and then
Rocky 4 was 1986.
you get a robot butler because he has top of the line everything.
Was it 87?
Yes, Sly, we know. We just feel, we focus grouped it, and everyone kind of tweaked to the robot butler.
It comes out, goes bleep bloop. What do you need?
Yes. Okay, yeah, you know better than us. All the other 3 Rockies have done really well. I guess the robot butler stays in.
85. Damn, why does it feel like it was later?
So, what was it? Oh, yeah. So he defeats communism because he beats Drago, right? So this version, I wanted, it was going to be Rocky defeats kind of ISIS via boxing.
Oh, yeah, I think.
Because so we would have an Ivan Drago type guy,
Yeah.
but he would be a muscular Middle Eastern guy with a beard and shit, and they would be fighting in a cave.
Yeah.
For the final. But there's the whole. It would pretty much mirror Rocky 4, this sketch.
Right.
Because it would open with Asif. He's going to fight this guy. So he's like Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
So he has American flag. And they're playing Living in America. And then Asif comes out. And he's just like dancing with all these Vegas showgirls and stuff on a platform. And then it's lasting for a really long time. Like Asif is dancing for
a long time.
15 minutes.
Sure.
And then he's just like he's just so winded. And they're like, ding, ding. But he's so cocky, right? So he's like, maybe I shouldn't have danced for 15 minutes.
Right.
And then as soon as the bell rings, that big juggernaut comes out and uppercuts him. And then we would have Asif on wires where he just gets launched out of the ring. And then he's pretty much dead. And he's in my lap.
Sure.
And he's like, I shouldn't have danced for that long.
And I'm like, come on.
I don't know if I would do the voice or not.
Yeah,
Maybe I would. And then I'm like, come on, don't die on me. And then he dies.
Yeah.
And then I'm locked in. Like, I'm going to avenge Asif's death.
Right.
So now it's montage time.
Right.
And then I would just be doing all the montage stuff. Like, Rocky.
Yeah.
And then, that treadmill scene where it keeps on getting more and more inclined? He's like, yeah. I was going to have it go completely vertical like this.
Yeah.
And then upside down. And he's still like,
yeah.
Just, it's my dream to make a Rocky 4 montage.
Sure.
Yeah. And then the final fight would happen in a cave because that's what Rocky had to do. He had to go to Russia. So he goes to the Middle East.
Yeah.
And the final fight is happening in this cave. And then there's a bunch of like high-ranking ISIS guys watching like the Russian guys in Rocky 4.
Yeah.
And then when the fight happens, obviously Rocky ends up beating the muscular ISIS guy.
Of course.
And then he does this unintelligible speech at the end. If I could change, you could change. And then it cuts to the ISIS guys, and then they're holding Bibles and they're like shaving their beards because he's defeated terrorism single-handedly. That's kind of the gist of it.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't make it.
Why not? I think it's a great sketch, guys. Write in the comments if you wish you could have seen it.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't make it.
I think it was a production thing.
Yeah, man. For sure.
What? You don't like it?
I love everything that you do.
Sure.
What else are we talking about?
I mean, we just agree to disagree on this one. I think it's a phenomenal sketch.
No, I just thought I guess I don't know. There's a lot of it that I get, but I didn't know if it was like, that was such a bittersweet, the whole Goatface thing. I don't feel like we got to do what we wanted to do in a lot of ways.
I mean, I like that we got to do at least one of them. It's kind of nice that we got to do high level sketch.
Yeah.
For at least 1 hour, or however long it was. I
mean, there was definitely some sketches I thought, that was fun. But anyhow,
why couldn't we do more? Was it just Comedy Central didn't want to, or was it Hasan's schedule?
It's Hasan's schedule.
Oh, otherwise we could have.
If Hasan could swing it, we would have been able to do more.
He was doing what, Patriot Act at the time?
Yeah, some show.
Some show.
Some show they were paying him so much money to do. Yeah. Oh well. I saw Air.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How was it?
It's pretty good.
Nice.
No, I liked
it. That's all you got?
It was good. It just, I'm a big sneakerhead, so it's kind of like.
No, really?
I started watching.
It's funny you're wearing Adidas right now, so I know you don't have latex gloves on you.
No, I have Adidas's that I don't. I guess you're not. I'm not a huge Adidas guy. But yeah, I mean, I actually, I thought what I thought was really cool. Seriously, Miguel, take the part where I said I didn't like it, or said about the whole, like, it felt like a long Nike commercial. Seriously, my friend did produce it. I don't want to. Anyways, what I didn't know about what I was watching with Air was that that he didn't even want to be with Nike. I didn't even know that.
Really?
Yeah.
Who did he want to be with? Converse?
I think he wanted to be with Adidas.
Huh.
Adidas was like the fucking shoe then. Like, like Run DMC was wearing Adidas. Yeah. It was like Adidas was like a really big brand. Nike was not that big. And I don't think they had a basketball shoe at the time. They may have had one, but they weren't really known for that space. I mean, like, really it was like Converse or Adidas. Those are like the two well-known brands in the basketball world. I mean, I don't know, man. It's just hard for me to think of a world.
Are you crying?
Without Air Jordans.
There's no Air Jordan. I honestly, like, I just don't. It's so embedded in my childhood too. It's just fucking. And
I mean, yeah.
And I wasn't a collector my whole life. I had like a couple pairs when I was younger, and then like when I was older, just not for a long time because I just couldn't really get them again. And then when I got older, it was really Hasan that kind of got me back into sneakers and Jordans. Yeah. Because he was really into it then.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'll dip back and I'll take a look. And I was like, holy shit.
Now you have a problem.
Now you have
pairs on ice. Now you have Dexter gloves.
I have a little bit of a problem, yeah.
There you have it, dude. Air. Check it out.
I'm trying to think. Did I see anything else?
Air, dude.
I watched Taxi Driver again.
How was that?
It's pretty good.
I didn't love it.
You got to watch it again, man. You have to, and also you have to put in perspective, like, the year that it was made.
That's the problem. I can't. Sometimes movies are made in an era so far removed from the one that I'm in that I can't like tweak my brain to be like, no, this is good for 1970 whatever.
I wouldn't even say that. I just don't think a lot of films tackled that subject matter like that in a film, which is like just crazy, straight up mental illness, like somebody who's having like a straight up breakdown. Not in that commercial space like that, and there were just a lot. Yeah, and yeah, I thought it was a good movie, but I'm also like watching it for other reasons, like trying to take apart the structure of it a little bit. But yeah, I just watched that recently.
Nice. Holds up. You like it.
I tried watching Requiem for a Dream again recently too.
How'd that go?
It's rough, man. it's a hard one to watch. Like it's not hard like it's bad. It's just it's hard because it's very raw. You know what I mean?
What's that one about?
Heroin, really. Heroin addiction.
I don't want to revisit those years of my life, you know?
I know, man. It took you a while to get over it.
I mean, look, my veins look pretty good, though. They bounce back, right?
One of them still, I can tell.
What? I still got tracks?
I can tell you got some scars, yeah, for sure.
Ugh. I thought I got rid of them. You know, when I do get my blood drawn, they always do comment on how nice my veins are.
Same here. They go, you have good veins. I think they tell that to everybody.
You think?
Yeah.
That bitch. She's
That
two-timing. It's the same. Is it Cheryl?
There was this one guy who, when I had my blood drawn, I couldn't even tell. I was just like, he goes,
Yo, some people are
dude,
magical
so
like
good.
that.
It's so good. I'm just
Why
like,
can't
dude.
all of them be like that?
I know.
It's a unicorn.
Yeah.
Because I go, did you do it? He's like, all done.
I was like, what? Dude, I remember.
And then there's dude, I had one where it took her 4 times. This is abuse at this point.
Yikes. Ugh.
Go back to school, lady.
Good Lord. Where?
I forget. Yeah.
No
I mean,
thanks.
it doesn't happen a lot, but I mean, it's happened where she fucked up.
I need to get my blood work done soon.
Maybe I'll keep going because I want to hear that compliment so many times.
I
You
mean,
have nice veins.
I remember like I had
Do you do heroin? No, I get my blood drawn a lot. I need compliments.
I had to get my blood work done, and then I had the guy was so good. I was like, I want to get your name.
I want you to do parties.
I want to do party.
Are you available freelance? Or I had such a good time getting my blood drawn. Do you work under Quest or can you freelance?
I just wanted to come back to make sure I got the same guy, but he was gone. But
That's pretty funny. Just ask for the same guy.
yeah.
Like it's a barbershop, like
Yeah.
it's Floyd's.
Can I get Kevin?
Kevin's booked up.
Yeah, he's just because he's good.
He's so good.
He's so good.
I want to do that. Just have my own personal like blood guy on the road. I'm flying in jets.
Oh, you know what? I have. By the way, I did get. What do you call it? You know how like the things where you can get the bags of like.
Yeah, some sort of like recovery IV drip or something.
I did that.
Why?
I did that
and
in New
when?
York. I was in New York. I was working on SNL. I was completely drained. I was feeling like I can't get sick. I just don't want to get sick. I just felt I felt so bad, and there was one of those little clinics up there, and I signed up for the thing, and they have a membership. I was like, I don't want the membership. I just want to try this one time, and the first time they kind of give you a deal on it. I think it was like $200 or something, or $300.
It's a lot.
But I mean, if it was going to do what I was hoping it would do, it was worth it.
Yeah.
And I did. I felt like a lot better. What the crazy thing is that you get to pick what vitamins and whatever you want, like the concoction that's going to go in there. It's going in your veins, right? The vitamins.
Mm-hmm.
You could taste it in your mouth.
That's kind of weird.
It's so strange. And
Or he's like strawberry.
yeah. Well, I could just taste the vitamin taste.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like the taste of, we can
Is
take
there just a lot of
vitamins.
B12 in the bag, or what is it?
There's a lot of B12. There's a lot of like, I don't know. I can't remember what it was, but it was like an immunity boost and this and that and all that stuff. And I did feel a lot better. It's interesting. So there is some validity to it.
All right.
I mean, it's essentially what you be taking. You just like, it's going right to your bloodstream instead of having to pass through.
Maybe we'll get sponsored by them in every podcast. We're
Yeah,
just going to have bags of fluid just flowing through us.
Have you ever wanted to try
What?
like in a safe
Heroin?
space, like just like a drug?
Not
That,
really.
that's very taboo.
No.
No?
I've done
shrooms.
I've done shrooms and I've done marijuana. Like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
I don't like it.
You
Kids, don't do that shit.
You didn't like shrooms?
I did it so you don't have to.
Yeah.
Not really. I didn't like. I mean, the first half I didn't like, and then the second half I laughed a lot.
Yeah.
But the first half was pretty scary.
Was it really?
Yeah, for me. I think I have like 2 mailbags. We have 2 emails.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Here we go. Okay. This is from Tabarak Sadiq. Question for Aristotle.
Why are you saying it like that? Tabarak Sadiq.
Because I want to feel like a substitute teacher
Yeah.
nailing an ethnic name. Hey, Fahim and Aristotle. Longtime listener and a longtime writer. Fahim, I'm the guy that emailed you complaining that my wife won't share her loofah with me. Actually, Aristotle, you're married. Does your wife let you use her loofah? That's parentheses.
Is that the question for me?
I think there's a part after that, but let's pit stop here and see.
We have separate
Loofahs.
things. Yeah. Well, I don't even.
Oh,
have
you're
a
doing pretty
loofah.
good. You guys
Yeah,
are doing
yeah.
pretty well financially.
Well, I have like a little like a scrub sponge. It's black and gray, so she knows it's mine.
Yeah,
And then
because that's masculine. It's a masculine color for loofah.
I mean, that's kind of the only the only way for me to separate what's mine and hers is basically through color.
Right.
In the bathroom, in the closet, it's kind of obvious what's hers and what's mine.
Right.
This is clearly her shirt.
Yeah.
But I said, who cares?
Who gives a shit? Okay, I digress though. My question for Aristotle is regarding Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
I'm going through a rewatch of it now, and your character is fucking great, man. Could you talk a little about your time there, your favorite moments, etc.? Up the Anwars. Thanks, Tabarak Anwar. Oh, his last name's Anwar.
Oh,
Then
wow.
what's the Sadiq?
Okay, so what did you want to know about?
I guess talk a little about your time on Silicon Valley, your favorite moments, etc.
Well, my part was Gabe, and I remember. I mean, like even when you were talking about the audition process when you were like going up against Giancarlo.
Yeah.
So I was kind of in a similar situation. There was somebody in the room who was like kind of a bigger name at the time, or just a bigger name period. Like I didn't
get to find out who this person.
No,
is?
and I didn't have a name at the time, so clearly like any name was bigger than my name. And he went in to audition, and the funny thing is that when I read the script, when I read the breakdown for the part, and I said to myself, oh, this sounds like a part for this person in my mind, and I was like, and that person could play it better than me if I
try to do that,
if I do it how it's written, right? And so I'm in the waiting room, and lo and behold, he walks in, and I'm just like, okay, like if I try to do it, if I try to read it the way that they want me to read it, he's going to do a better job than me. He's going to get the job. And so, and when he went in there, I heard him, like, it was just like that. Hey, what's how you doing?
Yeah. Where it's a party.
It was a party. I could hear it from the lobby or from the waiting room, whatever you want to call it. And like a psycho, I was timing it. I was like, I want to see how long he's in there for.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a little over 10 minutes he was in there. Got out, left. And they're like, Aristotle? I went in. Completely different vibe.
Yeah.
But then I also thought to myself, all right, you know what? I'm going to do it the way that I think I know I could do it. And the way I think it reads better for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I played him essentially how he is on the show, the way Gabe is on the show. And then I remember the casting director, she was so sweet. She's like, can we do it the way that it was written? And I was like, sure. And so like in the second take, I just did it the way I did it again. And I guess I kind of forced their hand, and they just had to use the take that I gave them. And then that was it. You know, like when I was on set, I eventually got the part. And when I was on set, Mike Judge was the first person, I think, one of the first people to talk to me on set. Like on like one of the like, and not the PAs I talked to and all that stuff, but like the first person, like the active set, you know. Mm-hmm. And Mike Judge was really huge for me.
Oh yeah, he's great, man. Beavis and Butthead, I love that show. Idiocracy, Office Space.
Office Space was one of my favorite movies of all time. It was huge for me. And so for him to say, he goes, I watched your tape, and I remember thinking, that's the most annoying guy I've ever seen. I was like, it's like, I just knew right away. And that was like, for me, cause that's what I was going for. It was playing this very annoying, just like, how do I be very grating?
Yeah.
And I thought that was really great. The other thing too is like, I think I was only meant to be in like maybe 1 or 2 episodes at most. And so they also had given me that chair. And in the script, I don't know why, for some reason, when I first read it, I thought it was like an inflatable chair that he would wear on him.
Yeah.
Had no idea that it was like this
attached
to this thing. So they gave it to me ahead of time. And I had to learn how to use it. And it was, there was a lot of other things going on that I was wearing, besides that contraption. But that was like, that was a big one. Like I was wearing like a lot of like layers underneath my clothes to kind of make me look a little bigger. And then I was wearing like, and then I had that thing, and I can't remember, they had like the pants that they gave, like the guy was like, the way they wanted to dress me was very like
Programmery,
bohemian-ish kind of. And then he had this chair, and I had to learn to use his chair. And I was.
Did you like it? Were you like, I'm gonna buy these for real?
Of course not.
Gabe's onto something.
I am kind of bummed that I didn't ask to keep them, because they would have given them to me. I just thought to myself, where am I gonna put these? Where am I gonna put these? Yeah. I have a display case where I keep a lot of the stuff that I've done on different shows and whatnot, and it just would not have fit. But it was fun. Everybody was so nice. I mean, like Kumail and I played a lot of Mortal Kombat. They had like a video.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they had like they had their own room where they had like a PS. I think it was
4, probably 4 at the time.
Something like
5,
that,
yeah.
or an Xbox, whatever. Everybody would play games. Mostly Martin, Kumail, me. I played Kumail playing Mortal Kombat. They like to play what's like with the cars, and it's like soccer. It's like a soccer.
Oh, Rocket League.
That's
a fun game.
I can't get it. I couldn't get into it. So they played Rocket League like nonstop, and same with Thomas as well. But yeah, everybody was super nice. Everybody was super like friendly. I was like, and then all of a sudden I found I'm in more episodes, and I was really like, it was really such a blessing to be on that show. And
well, it's very cool
yeah.
when you're a part of a show that people watch like that as well.
Yeah.
Because I've acted in things and
sure.
people don't. It's a different vibe when
yeah.
you're in a show that's beloved and it sort of has the focus of kind
yeah.
of the world. That's pretty cool.
Also, like midway through the season, not to get morbid, but my mom passed away
Mm-hmm.
like midway while I was shooting it. And so like the last half of it, like I was going through a lot. And everybody was like a lot of people knew, but kind of, like didn't really fully, and they were like, just everybody was so sweet and so nice, man. I was so lucky to be on that show. And I met one of my, what I consider to be one of my close friends now, Chris Aquilino, who
Mm-hmm.
played one of the other programmers on the show. He's great. He's one of my best friends now. But yeah, I just felt like
solid experience.
Yeah, man, it was really great.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, this one. Well, this is kind of like 2 emails, 2 days apart. Damn. All right, this is from Lindsay. Wait, Lindley. I fucked that up. But you gotta forgive me because there's more Lindsays than there are Lindleys, right?
True.
So that's on you, Lindley. Hey, y'all. Big fan of the pod. Hey, that's her, not me, dude. Hey, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all. Big fan of the pod. Excited it's back. Please don't go away again. For Aristotle, number 1, didn't think you ever interrupted Fahim like that person commented. I don't know what they were listening to. You guys. Wait. Hey, don't unprove her point. Number 2, I didn't think there was a problem with your laugh, but now that you mention it, seriously, now all of us are focused on listening to your laugh and what's quote unquote wrong with it. Just go back to regular. It was fine. 3. Is that an audition?
Yeah.
Appreciate the shoe game too. We love shoes in my family. My dad is a mech. What is that? Oh, mechanical engineer for Gore's footwear division. So he makes shoes waterproof.
Oh, wow.
We love appreciating a good sneaker. I've collected a couple, but nothing crazy. For Fahim, I went out to LA for the first time right before the pandemic. I told my friend who I was visiting at the time the one thing I had on my list was going to a comedy show. So we booked the Laugh Factory. I didn't know any of the performers except Jamie Kennedy, but I knew it'd be a good time. Then you happened to be there that night. Everyone was funny, but you were the best. Whoa. 2 exclamation points.
I believe it.
You had a bunch of funny jokes that night, but the one I remember is you compared, I think, the shopping/return line at Raw's store to like a DMV hell that people willingly subscribe to. Thanks for providing me laughs since 2019, and especially through the pandemic. And then loved the song from the latest podcast, Emotional Oranges. I listened to it again later and it just kept bothering me because it sounded familiar. So this is the conclusion I arrived at. The singer sounds like Krayshawn. Shout out 2012. The beat, the way she rhymes, flowed, especially 112 where she says me. Really getting in the weeds here. Anyways, just wanted to send an email to the pod. Thanks for the ha-has, y'all. And P.S. Since Fahim's rarely tells people to rate the pod, I'm going to tell him to tell you. Rate the pod wherever you listen. Thanks. I feel like I tell people all the time.
It's the first time I've ever heard you say it.
Rate the pod?
Rate the pod.
Rate the pod.
What? I've never heard you say that.
Really?
No.
Oh, all right.
Or
I say star it. I say star it.
I've never.
That's
heard
the
you say
same
that.
thing as rating it. 5-star it.
I guess.
Whatever. I'm telling you now. Rate the pod.
Rate the pod and also subscribe, smash.
Smash, please. Get your Hulk on. And then she sent another email 2 days later. Also, just an afterthought from my first email. I just want to share with Aristotle and any sneakerheads on the pod that Shoe Dog, Phil Knight's memoir, is a really good book. It's a really incredible story and definitely worth the read. There you have it.
Shoe Dog.
Shoe Dog.
Is it DAWG? Or DOG?
It's a regular dog.
Shoe Dog. All right, check it out.
Regular dog on that.
Yeah, Phil Knight was a really interesting character. Really interesting person. Wait, he's still around, right?
Probably. Who knows? Guys, write into the podcast, fahimanwardancehour
Yeah.
at gmail.com. Do all that stuff.
We
rate
will
it.
answer any question you have.
Any question
Any
you
question.
have. Science related? No, I don't know if I could do that.
I could probably dive into some science.
Really?
Maybe.
I mean, I'll take a stab at it. It'll probably be wrong, but I'll sound like I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you could sell it.
I will say it with enough authority where you may
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
All right, ready for the track?
Are we tracking
I'm
it?
giving him a tasty tune. Oh, yeah. Okay, so sometimes you're on Spotify, the algorithm hits you a certain way. You just discover someone.
It
and
just goes,
no, not yet, but you're close to it.
yeah.
There's this artist, and then I think a few days ago, I put on my Instagram story, I go, follow this person, listen to their entire discography. It's amazing. Like, this person cannot make a bad track. It doesn't happen that often.
Right.
Instant fan. I love all of his music. So this is gonna be one song, but please just do a deep dive on this artist and listen to everything that he's done. So it's Tommy Richmond. That's the artist. And this song that I'm blowing you out to is called Star Girl. But please, check out all this shit. It's amazing. Big fan. We'll see you guys next week, yeah?
See you next week.
Peace.